Hi there, it's Thalion. Today we talk about Figma Sites versus Framer. During the config, we received huge updates to Figma ecosystem, including 4 new tools. One of them enables you to turn your designs into websites without writing any line of code. It seems like Figma, by joining to no-code area, aims to compete with Framer. They have a large user base. Most of today's designers start their design in Figma, but will this be enough to convince professionals? Will Figma succeed in the no-code competition? How does Figma Sites experience differ from Framer? Is Figma Sites ready to be used for client work? In this video, I will try to answer these questions by showing you real design work done in Framer and Figma Sites. Let's get started. To make proper comparison, I created the same site in both tools. I used my recent Framer template I just launched in Framer store as the benchmark. It's a bit simpler than other templates I made, so it seems possible to recreate in Figma Sites. Finally, Figma's promise is that you design and build website in one tool. This means that you just copy your design to Figma Sites and continue there. I already started website explorations in Figma in this dirty file, as you can see here. So I thought that this is the idea worth testing in live. If you would like to see both sites live, you will find the links in the description. Here is the preview, the website that I made, first in Framer. You can see hero section. It's slightly animated with animated background, everything generated with the support of AI. We have this button that animates smoothly. You see this blur at the bottom and the tiles that are interactive. Some cube spinning around here. We have the ticker. Some standard list, again with interactive button. We have this interesting section that creates impression of depth when you hover over the elements. We have projects that leads to project links, testimonials, past experience, simple, straightforward list, social media, that is also interactive element, and main CTA followed by FAQ. Very straightforward, simple, clean website. Now, this is the design that I made in Figma Sites. Some elements were impossible to achieve. Some were quite convenient to recreate. Here you can see interactive button. The same section, it's also interactive. Cube is spinning a little bit faster because Figma has some presets limits when it comes to the timing. We have a standard list with the button again. We have this interesting section that I was able to recreate in Figma, so that's cool. And the projects, you've seen in Framer that these elements blur on hover. In Figma, the animation was not smooth, so I resigned from that effect. The past experience section, social media, also the blur is not working here, but that's not a huge issue. Interactive button in the main CTA and FAQ section that expands it, as you can see here. If you would like to see both websites live, you will find the links in the description of this video. For source files, you may get this Framer template for free in the link below also. It's available also in the official Framer marketplace. Figma Sites version is available exclusively for Thalion Tools Unlimited Access members. It's the plan that includes dozens of handy Figma resources and Framer templates. You may access it from the link in the description as well. Let's start the comparison. As I mentioned, Framer is the benchmark here. I created when I wanted clear, responsive structure that works perfectly, adapts to the device size. It includes embedded AI video, and so on. Figma Sites needed to catch up with these all areas. It's also responsive, adapting to the specific devices, and it includes some interactive element. Some of them are not yet available in Figma Sites. So, when it comes to Figma Sites advantages, at the beginning, Figma positively surprised me in the following ways. First, learning curve is really low. You can literally take your design, copy it, and paste here. You may even paste it nearby on the canvas and then carefully recreate each section. Next, you use real styles and variables already available in Figma. So it's the same approach, you do not need to learn anything, very convenient. Also, interactive components. They work identical way like when prototyping. As you can see here, even interface is identical. You have the same animation curves, same duration, same patterns. Very convenient. And I know that Figma's promise is to start design in Figma Design and continue in the same ecosystem. But when I see designs of many great designers creating and iterating their concepts, it's not the same as building the website. You can see that even in my design. The auto layout is not present everywhere. Yeah, obviously layers are not named when I iterate quickly as well. I use auto layout quite often, but again, some components were skipped. And when I needed to jump into Figma Sites, I needed to carefully go one by one of these elements, make proper naming, make components, as you can see here, apply also specific constraints, minimum width, maximum width to the sections, to the elements. So it also needed some extra effort. Promise here is partially done because if you are a very consequent designer, you may have almost ready website with your designs. In practice, it does not happen that often, speaking from my own experience. Now let's dive into the struggles that I have here. After the initial wave of this optimism, I realized that there is still a long road ahead before Figma, with their sites, will become the first choice for the designers and their clients' work. Here's why. I discovered this may not happen in this video, but some elements are very buggy when you preview that and when you launch. You can see it even here when I made this responsive adjustment of the width. All of a sudden this element stopped to work. Here it relaunched. Other than that, some components, interactive components, behave strangely. When I reveal that, you can see no padding here, you can see more padding here, and it appears randomly across the list. Not sure why this is happening. For sure this is kind of a bug, and I think that Figma team will fix that soon. But yeah, so far this is not acceptable when I would do the client work, for sure. Also, as you noticed, there is no video when you launch the site. Obviously, I tried to include that just like I did in Framer, because we all know that for prototyping, Figma allows you to embed videos. It is the video here in the website and here in the background as well, but it does not work in Figma Sites. Obviously, before publishing, they inform you that some features are unsupported well, so yeah, that's a good thing, but yeah, I would like to know it before publishing the site, because at first I would not get that this kind of thing is not working. I would like to know what is working and what is not yet ready before jumping into the design, or when applying specific element like video here, to know that yeah, that's the plan, this is the MVP, it's not yet working. Still weird that we got that for the prototyping, not for sites, but I think that this will be also improved soon. Finally, when you preview the site with Framer, it feels kind of fluid, it feels natural. When I land that with Figma Sites, it feels not natural, not that natural as in Framer. It feels more like a prototype, I would say. That's my impression. I still cannot believe that this is living site, not a prototype, as I mentioned. I'm not sure what is causing that. Maybe the e-sync, maybe lack of this video in this case, maybe the e-sync as I mentioned, maybe animation patterns, but this is kind of weird impression that bothered me a bit. And these are factors visible when you design the site. And this is not everything, because no-code tool need to have more. It means that the tool needs to support the creator on many levels. And here are the key elements. First, built-in CMS. This is the must for many, even small sites. Without that, you can't introduce blog, any dynamic content. I see that Figma promised to launch it very soon, so that's great, but for now, it's a no-go for many websites. Second factor is browser support. I showed you how these both sites look on Chrome, and I think that all Chrome-based browsers will have similar proper rendering. But when you look at the sites in different browser, like Safari, please notice what is happening here. Strange rendering of the fonts. The button lacks of proper gradient and the arrow. Fonts are clearly wrong here. Some animations are not working as well. So the website feels buggy on Safari. With Framer, everything works great. So this is another thing that Figma needs to consider as the improvement. Next thing is SEO support. This is the essential thing for the professional website. It needs to perform well. With Framer, it's easy to achieve top results. You may see my template received really high scores in Google Page Insights here. While Figma Sites doesn't yet match that level of optimization, it's scored noticeably lower in both performance and SEO. Next thing is lack of strong examples that you would inspire from. Figma community is large, but we still lack of compelling examples. I know it's still short time after the launch of the tool, and this will likely change over time. For now, we need to rely on the examples delivered by Figma team. Next thing is hosting. Here, Figma followed the same pattern as Framer, so hosting is done internally. You cannot export the site and host it on your own servers. This may exclude some clients, like enterprise clients. I wonder if any changes will be done here in the future. Finally, pricing. Framer is not cheap, Figma Sites pricing remains for me a bit unclear. For now, it's available as a part of Figma's full seat paid plan, but I'm not sure if this will evolve, if this will change in time. Another fun fact, when Framer launched their tool for no-code sites, it took clear inspiration from existing design software like Figma or Sketch back then. It felt familiar design tool. It obviously expanded and developed its own patterns and features, but the core, when you design, remains very similar. Now it looks like Figma gets some inspiration from Framer, because some elements look very similar, almost identical, like we see in Framer. For sure, this is the next factor that lowers learning curve of the tool. To sum up, you've seen pros and cons, newly launched tool, Figma Sites. For me, it's always super exciting to see new tools in the market. They drive innovation, they speed up existing tool development. Figma Sites is first attempt for Figma to enter the no-code space. However, based on its initial release, I would not recommend using it yet for clients' work. I'm still curious to see how Figma continues to evolve this feature. For now, Framer remains safer, more rational choice. It's stable, it's SEO-friendly, it's well-supported and easy to maintain once you learn it. And as I just said, ultimately, we designers benefit from this competition. We may learn new things, experiment, explore new ideas, and benefit from rapid tool development acceleration. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to preview mentioned sites on your own and check source files if you want to see how both tools function in real. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe the channel, and have fun with Framer and Figma Sites. See you soon.